Good morning, students. Now, here some pics are being shown to you. Watch them very carefully. Now, you have to find the common factor or the similarity in all these pics. You can pause the video and think about it. Well, the common thing in all these pics is that all are examples of heterogeneous mixtures, the kind of mixtures in which we can recognize the components of the mixture separately. Now, let us have a look at few more pics. Here also you have to find the common factor in all these pics. Well, these are all examples of homogeneous mixtures, the kind of mixtures which appear uniform and we cannot recognize the components of the mixture separately. Now let us have a look at the types of mixtures based on their physical states of matter. The first among them is solid-solid mixture. Now in this type of mixture, all the components exist in solid state. It can be homogeneous, it can be heterogeneous. Talking about the homogeneous solid-solid mixture, the most common examples are alloys like brass, bronze, stainless steel. They all appear uniform, but they are all made up of several metals or sometimes non-metals as well. Then talking about heterogeneous solid-solid mixture, the most common examples are sand and sugar, sand and salt, or iron fillings and sulfur, etc. Then the next type is solid liquid mixture. In this type of mixture, one component exists in solid state and the another component is in liquid state. Now these are also homogeneous as well as heterogeneous. The examples for homogeneous type of mixtures are sugar in water, like sugar solution, where we dissolve the sugar in water, and once we obtain the sugar solution we cannot recognize the sugar particles in the solution. It appears uniform. Then salt solution or iodine in alcohol. Then talking about heterogeneous mixtures of solid liquid type, the examples are sand and water, where we can clearly see the sand, or charcoal and water, where charcoal can be seen very clearly, etc. Then the third type is a liquid-liquid mixture. In this type of mixture, all the components are in liquid state and they can also be homogeneous as well as heterogeneous. Now, talking about homogeneous mixtures, the most common examples are alcohol and water. When you mix alcohol and water, the liquid will appear uniform. You will not be able to identify the alcohol or water separately. Same goes for acetone and water. Now talking about heterogeneous mixtures of liquid-liquid type, the most common example which we all have seen is oil and water. When we mix them, the oil floats above the water. Then the fourth type is liquid and gas. In this, one component is in liquid state, another component is in gaseous state, and this type of mixture is always homogeneous. Okay, and the most common examples are aerated drinks like your Pepsi, Coke, Sprite, and soda water also. It's also a type of liquid gas mixture. Then talking about the fifth type, gas mixture. In this type, all the components exist in gaseous states, and these type of mixtures are also always homogeneous. And the most common example of this type of mixture is the air around us. Now, we cannot see the particles or we cannot recognize the different types of gases which are present in air. The air appears uniform, we can't even see it. Okay, so this is an example of homogeneous gas mixture. Then the last type is a gas solid mixture. Now, in this type of mixture, one component is gas and one component is solid, and they are always heterogeneous. Talking about the examples, the most common which we have seen in our daily life is the smoke in air. When the smoke is produced in air, we can very clearly see the particles of smoke in air. We can recognize it very clearly. So I hope you are very much clear with the types of mixtures based on their physical states of matter. And now let us have a look at the next picture. Now, here are certain examples shown to you, and you have to categorize them as the types of mixtures based on their physical states and as well as whether they are homogeneous or heterogeneous. If you're able to classify them, that means your concepts on the types of mixtures are very clear. In case you're not able to do it, without taking any help from book or somebody else, that means you need to see this video again.